Your doctor monitors your cholesterol and checks your blood pressure, but there's a silent threat to your heart health that most medical visits completely overlook: mineral deficiencies. As we age, our bodies undergo changes in how we absorb and utilize essential minerals. These changes, combined with medications and shifting dietary patterns, create the perfect storm for deficiencies that directly impact heart function. Even mild deficiencies in certain key minerals can trigger arrhythmias, increase blood pressure, accelerate arterial stiffening, and affect the heart's electrical system, all without obvious symptoms until serious problems develop. In this video, I'll reveal the 5 critical minerals that most adults over 60 are deficient in and explain how each affects your cardiovascular system. Magnesium. Magnesium might be the single most important mineral for heart health that most seniors are missing. Despite its crucial role in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, studies show that up to 80% of Americans don't get enough, with adults over 60 at particularly high risk. Why are seniors so vulnerable to magnesium deficiency? First, our absorption naturally decreases with age. Second, many common medications deplete magnesium, including diuretics prescribed for blood pressure and proton pump inhibitors used for acid reflux. The American Heart Association has published extensive research on how magnesium deficiency impacts cardiovascular health. When levels drop, your risk of dangerous arrhythmias increases significantly. Magnesium helps regulate your heart's electrical activity, and without enough, the cardiac conduction system becomes erratic. Low magnesium also contributes to hypertension. It's a natural calcium channel blocker, similar to certain blood pressure medications, helping blood vessels relax and dilate. Without sufficient magnesium, vessels remain constricted, driving up pressure. Perhaps most concerning is magnesium's role in vascular health. Chronic deficiency promotes arterial stiffness and calcification, making your blood vessels more rigid and less responsive. The best food sources include dark leafy greens like spinach, nuts, especially almonds, seeds, pumpkin seeds are exceptional, avocados, and beans. Potassium. If you're over 60 and taking diuretics for blood pressure or heart failure, you're at high risk for potassium deficiency, a condition that can profoundly impact your cardiovascular health. Even without medication, many seniors don't consume enough potassium-rich foods to meet the body's needs. Potassium works in balance with sodium to regulate fluid balance, nerve impulses, and muscle contractions, including your heart muscle. When potassium levels fall, this delicate balance is disrupted, with serious consequences for heart function. Research published in the Hypertension Journal demonstrates that inadequate potassium intake directly contributes to elevated blood pressure. In fact, the ratio of sodium to potassium in your diet may be more important than either mineral alone. Most seniors consume far too much sodium and too little potassium, creating the perfect environment for hypertension. Low potassium also significantly increases stroke risk, independent of its effects on blood pressure. One large study found that each 1,000 milligram daily increase in potassium intake was associated with a 24% lower stroke risk, particularly relevant for adults over 60, for whom stroke risk rises substantially. Perhaps most alarming is potassium's critical role in cardiac electrical conduction. Deficiency weakens the electrical signals that control your heartbeat, potentially leading to dangerous arrhythmias. The best dietary sources include leafy greens, particularly spinach and Swiss chard, white beans, sweet potatoes, bananas, and avocados. For seniors with compromised kidney function, however, potassium intake should be carefully monitored. Calcium. Calcium presents a unique paradox for senior heart health. While excess calcium can contribute to arterial calcification, inadequate calcium is equally problematic for cardiovascular function. Many seniors actually reduce calcium intake due to concerns about heart health, not realizing that too little calcium can be just as damaging as too much. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, insufficient calcium contributes to hypertension through a mechanism involving parathyroid hormone, which rises when calcium levels fall. Calcium is also essential for proper heart muscle contraction. Your heart relies on precise calcium movement in and out of cells to maintain its rhythm and contractile strength. When calcium levels are chronically low, the electrical activity governing your heartbeat can become unstable, potentially leading to arrhythmias. Another often overlooked impact of calcium deficiency is muscle cramping, including in the heart muscle itself. Those nighttime leg cramps many seniors experience might actually share a mechanism with certain heart function issues. Both can stem from inadequate calcium availability. For seniors concerned about both bone and heart health, the best approach is calcium from food sources: sardines with bones, dark leafy greens, broccoli, and fortified plant milks. Zinc! Zinc deficiency flies under the radar for most seniors, but its impact on heart health can be significant. While not as directly involved in heart function as magnesium or potassium, zinc plays crucial roles in processes that protect cardiovascular tissues from damage. As we age, our ability to absorb and utilize zinc naturally declines. This is compounded by factors common among seniors: decreased stomach acid, either naturally or from medications; vegetarian diets, plant sources of zinc are less bioavailable; and certain chronic conditions that increase zinc requirements. The Nutrients Journal has published comprehensive research on zinc's cardiovascular implications. One of zinc's primary roles is supporting antioxidant defenses, particularly as a component of superoxide dismutase, an enzyme that neutralizes free radicals that would otherwise damage blood vessels. When zinc levels drop, oxidative stress increases, promoting inflammation in arterial walls and accelerating atherosclerosis development. Zinc is also essential for immune function, and its deficiency creates a pro-inflammatory state that can exacerbate existing cardiovascular conditions. This inflammation contributes to endothelial dysfunction, damage to the critical inner lining of blood vessels that regulates blood flow and prevents clotting. For seniors with diabetes or prediabetes, conditions that increase heart disease risk, zinc plays another vital role in glucose metabolism and insulin sensitivity. Excellent food sources include oysters, the richest source, grass-fed beef, pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, cashews, and oats. Selenium. Selenium may be the least discussed mineral on our list, but its implications for heart health in seniors are profound. This trace mineral serves as a cornerstone of your body's antioxidant defense system, particularly in protecting the heart and blood vessels from oxidative damage. Selenium deficiency has become increasingly common due to soil depletion in many agricultural regions, meaning foods grown in these soils contain less selenium than they did generations ago. This especially impacts seniors who may have less varied diets or reduced food intake overall. According to research published in the British Journal of Nutrition, selenium is crucial for the production and activation of glutathione, often called the body's master antioxidant. When selenium levels are insufficient, glutathione activity decreases, leaving arterial tissues vulnerable to oxidative stress and inflammation. In regions with very low selenium soil content, extreme deficiency has been linked to a type of cardiomyopathy, Keshan disease, demonstrating selenium's essential role in maintaining heart muscle integrity. Selenium also works synergistically with vitamin E to protect lipids from oxidation, particularly relevant for preventing the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, a key step in plaque formation. The good news about selenium is that requirements are relatively small, and even minimal dietary adjustments can make a significant difference. Brazil nuts are nature's richest source. Just 1 or 2 nuts daily can provide all the selenium most seniors need. Other good sources include seafood, mushrooms, eggs, and sunflower seeds. Finding the right balance. While addressing these 5 critical mineral deficiencies can significantly improve heart health, it's important to note that more isn't always better. Oversupplementation can be as problematic as deficiency, particularly when minerals are taken in isolation rather than in the balanced ratios found in whole foods. The safest and most effective approach for most seniors is to focus first on dietary sources of these minerals, Not only do whole foods provide minerals in their most bioavailable forms, but they also contain complementary nutrients that work synergistically to support absorption and function. For those who still need supplementation, perhaps due to medication effects, absorption issues, or dietary restrictions, medical guidance is essential. Simple blood tests can identify specific deficiencies, allowing for targeted supplementation that addresses your unique needs. Remember that these minerals work together in an intricate balance. Calcium and magnesium, for example, function best in a specific ratio. Zinc and copper compete for absorption. Your heart relies on these 5 key minerals for everything from maintaining its rhythm to keeping your blood vessels flexible and responsive. By understanding which minerals you might be missing and taking steps to restore healthy levels, you're addressing root causes of cardiovascular issues that many conventional approaches overlook. Whether you're currently facing heart health challenges or simply want to protect your cardiovascular system as you age, paying attention to these often neglected nutrients offers a powerful strategy that complements other heart-healthy practices. Which of these minerals will you focus on incorporating more of this week? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to download our free guide with specific meal ideas, rich in all 5 of these heart-protecting minerals. Until next time, here's to your heart health, nourished from the inside out with the minerals it needs to thrive.